day. Welcome to SO 104, Study Session 7, Measurement of Economic Development. Introduction. Going from our previous study session, there is need to measure economic development in order to assist comparison with other economies. This study session examines some standards method of measuring economic development. Learning outcomes. When you have studied this session, you should be able to 1. Explain measuring skills for economic development. Gross National Product, GNP. One of the methods for measuring economic development is calculating an increase in the economy's real national income over a long period of time. This measuring system is criticized on some grounds such as 1. Real national income refers to the country's total output of final goods and services in real terms rather than in monetary terms. Price changes are ruled out while calculating real national income with GNP. This is unrealistic because price changes are a measuring parameter which is inseparable in modern economy. Therefore, variations in prices are inevitable within economy. 2. This measurement fails to take into consideration changes in the growth of population. If a rise in real national income is accompanied by a faster growth in population, there will be no economic growth but retardation. 3. The GNP figures also do not reveal the costs to society of environmental pollution, urbanization, industrialization, and population growth. It considers natural resources to be free and treats the earth like a business in liquidation. 4. It tells us nothing about the distribution of income in the economy. 2. Per capita income. This relates to an increase in the per capita reliance of the economy over a long period. The indicator of economic growth tries to emphasize that for economic development, the rate of increase in real per capita income should be higher than the growth rate of population. But this measurement is faced with the following difficulties. 1. An increase in per capita income may not automatically raise the real standard of living of the masses. It is possible that while per capita real income is increasing, per capita consumption might be falling and people might be increasing their rate of savings or increasing military or other purposes, which does not show increase in the standard of living of people. 2. There is another possibility of the people remaining poor despite an increase in the real per capita if the increased income goes to the few rich instead of spreading to many poor. 3. Per capita income measurement subordinates other questions regarding the structure of the society, the size and composition of its population, its institutions and culture, the resource pattern and distribution of output among the society's members. 4. The real per capita income estimates fail to measure adequately changes in output due to changes in the price level. Index numbers used to measure changes in the price level are simply rough approximations. Moreover, the price levels vary in different countries and consumers' wants and preferences also differ in each country. 5. International comparisons of the real per capita are inaccurate due to change rate conversion of different currencies into a common currency through the use of official exchange rates. These nominal exchange rates do not reflect the relative purchasing power of different currencies. Thus, The comparisons of per capita of different countries are erroneous. 6. The real per capita fails to take into account problems associated with basic needs such as nutrition, health, sanitation, house, water, and education. The improvement in living standards by providing basic needs cannot be measured by increase in per capita income. Welfare. The measurement of economic development of a country can also be done through the welfare paradigm. Economic development is regarded as a process whereby there is an increase in the consumption of goods and services of individuals. This method of measurement is not free from limitations, as the following criticisms are ascribed to it. 1. Attachment of weight to the consumption of individuals. Consumption of goods and services depends on the tastes and preferences of individuals. It is, therefore, not correct to have the same weights in preparing the welfare index of individuals. 2. Consumption of total output that gives rise to increased per capita consumption. The increased total output may have more of capital goods than consumer goods. Obviously, this is not a reflection of welfare measurement of economic development. 3. There is difficulty in the valuation of the output. The output may be valued at market prices, whereas economic welfare is measured by an increase in real national output or income. With difference in the distribution of income, prices will be different. Both the composition and value of national output would also be different. 4. From the welfare point of view, another problem is that we must also consider not only what is produced but how it is produced. The expansion of real national output might have raised the real cost, pain and sacrifice, and social costs in the economy. For example, increased output might have resulted from long hours of labor work and increased deterioration of the working conditions of the labor force. 5. It is not totally correct that an increase in national income leads to an improved economic welfare. It is possible that with an increase in real national income per capita income, the rich might have become richer and the poor poorer. Thus, mere increase in economic welfare does not lead to economic development till the distribution of national income is equitable or justifiable. 6. We cannot equate an increase in output per head with an increase in economic welfare, let alone social welfare, without additional considerations in specifying an optimum rate of development. Value judgments must be made in relation to income distribution, composition of output, taste and cost, and other particular changes that are associated with the overall increase in the real income. Social indicators. Dissatisfied with GNP and per capita real income as methods of measuring economic development. Certain economists have tried to measure it in terms of social indicators. This group of economists has included a wide variety of items in social indicators, such as nutritional standards, number of hospitals, beds or doctors per head of population, infant mortality rates, sickness rates, etc. Social indicators are often referred to as the basic needs for development. Basic needs focus on alleviation of poverty by providing basic human needs to the poor. the direct provision of such basic needs as health, education, food, water, sanitation, and housing affects poverty in a short run and with fewer monetary resources than GNP or per capita strategy, which aims at increasing productivity and incomes of the poor automatically over a long run. Basic needs leads to a higher level of productivity and income through human development in the form of educated and healthy people. The merit of social indicators is that they are concerned with ends, the ends being human development, and since economic development is a means of these ends, social indicators tell us how different countries prefer to allocate the GNP among alternative uses. For example, some countries may prefer to spend more on education and less on health. They give an idea about the presence, absence, or deficiency of certain basic needs. Hicks and Stratton, 1979, consider 6 social indicators for basic needs. Basic need indicator. Health, life expectancy at birth. 2. Education, literacy signifying primary school enrollment as percent of population. Food, calorie supply per head. Water supply, infant mortality and percentage of population with access to potable water. 5. Infant mortality and percentage of population with access to sanitation. 6. Housing, none. Except for calorie supply per head, all other indicators are output indicators. Of these, infant mortality is both the indicator of sanitation and clean drinking water facilities. Because children are prone to waterborne diseases, it is also related to life expectancy at birth and nutritional deficiencies among infants. Thus, the infant mortality rate measures 4 of the 6 basic needs. The following are the limitations of social indicators as a measure of economic development. Problems arise in constructing a composite index based on a rational weighing system. 1. There is no unanimity among economists as to the number and type of items to be included in such an index. 2. There is the problem of assigning weights to the various items which may depend upon the social, economic, and political setup of the country. This involves subjectivity indicators and assigned weights. Their international comparisons will be as inaccurate as GNP figures. 3. Social indicators are concerned with current welfare and are not related to the future. 4. Majority of the indicators are inputs and not outputs. For example, education, health, etc. are all outputs. Social indicators are subjected to value judgments in order to avoid the problem of value judgments and for the sake of simplicity. Economists and the United Nations organizations use GNP per capita as the measure of economic development. Study session summary. Thus far, we have learned various methods of measuring economic development. The methods discussed are gross national product, GNP, per capita income, welfare and social indicators. We also examine the inherent weakness of each of the methods of measuring economic development. End of study session 7. Thank you for listening.